But first, let's talk about what's hot now. All right, obviously we have a bunch of diehard Ralph Macchio fans over here. Well, leading up, Yamanika. Leading us off. You were
catching the flies.
You remember seeing the movie for the first time?
Yes, and I remember going, oh, he's so cute. Can he be my husband? It didn't work out.
No.
But, yeah, he's so cute. His eyes are so, like, dreamy.
Yeah. What a day, City.
Zen.
No, I can't be Zen, no.
So red right now.
Oh my God, I'm blushing. He made a black girl blush.
His voice is so distinct. We were in the makeup room, and I didn't know he was over there. And when the minute you hear his voice, you're like, it's like your youth came back to you. You know, I was like, Outsiders. We were talking about.
Outsiders was the
you know, from the Karate Kid.
That was before the Karate Kid.
Yeah,
Outsiders.
the Karate Kid. He's just so handsome.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yes, and now he's starring off Broadway with our buddy, Mario Cantone.
Yes.
All right. Are you composed now? Can I move on?
We get my hair back, honey.
Don't take the whole hair with it,
Maybe
though.
he'll sign that for you.
Yeah, because, honey, I mean, he touched all it. I got to, right by my bosom.
Yeah, well, speaking about bosoms, Sofia Vergara is very proud of her boobs and her rear, and she's not afraid to say it. Modern Family, she says that it's fine with her about being objectified because of her physical assets. That's okay. She says she's chosen to make a joke out of it and doesn't understand why women get so offended for being objectified. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, welcome to the entertainment industry. She's not running for the president of the United States. You know, I mean, she's in entertainment where sex sells. So it is majority of what you look like on television and film. So I'm glad that she accepts it.
I think you have to be really careful saying a statement like that. Obviously, I think Sofia is stunning. I think she's gorgeous. And listen, if I had a body like that, I would be flaunting it constantly. What happens is
bad, honey. I mean,
but I'm missing a whole lot of this. Mine is flat, and hers has like a nice little pickup on it. But what I think is that, what about for the women that don't have that body, that are super, super talented and want to be applauded and want to be hired for their skills as an actress, not for their bodies? I think that's the problem I have with it.
I think it's very dangerous when you objectify women.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want my daughter just to be seen as her breasts and her rear end, or my boys to see women that way.
Right.
I think she won't be taken seriously. I think it's a hard time for people to take her seriously, or she can be typecast as this is her character and this is all she's going to be is her boobs and her butt.
And what
she can't take her seriously.
Like, what happens when she, gets into like her 50s and her 60s and her 70s? That body starts to go away. Things start to hang. They start to sag.
They're touching the ground.
Touching. Okay, see, they touch. Then your ears go. What is she going to have left?
Well, she says she's going to get a breast reduction.
Oh,
so yes, that's what she's going to do. And I don't think she's worried about it.
No.
She's like used it to help her out.
Great.
Yeah, and she's doing very
her
well.
husband too. I mean, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, he's objectified also. I mean, he's a stripper in a lot of his movies.
That's
so
right.
It's all part of their career right now.
Yeah. They're a hot couple.
But I mean, I'm the hypocrite. I don't mind objectifying him. I'm fine with that. It's her. It's always her that the issue is. Yeah.
Reverse sexist of it.
It's wrong. Like, as I walked out, I'm looking, there are some very cute guys over in that corner, and I was objectifying every single one of them.
Good guy.
Undressing them with your eyes.
But it's wrong. I know it's wrong. Because I don't think women should be treated that way. But
I'm envious of
There's a
Sofia
double
Vergara.
standard.
yeah, I know. She's a smart cookie. She's used it well. So, all right, moving on. A Utah woman is speaking out after she says she was ganged up on while traveling to California and breastfeeding on a United Airlines flight. She was there with her baby. The baby was 4 months old, trying to soothe the baby. According to this woman, a woman in the row in front of her complained that she needed to, quote, put some clothes on. At first, she actually refused when the flight attendant came up to her and said, you need to cover up. But then other passengers sort of started harassing her as well. They all chimed in, and she eventually covered her baby with a blanket for the remainder of the flight. United has since apologized and said that all nursing mothers are welcome on their planes. But what do you guys think? I mean,
breastfeeding is the most natural thing a mother can do.
Right.
What is wrong with breastfeeding? And I understand being uncomfortable. I remember when I wasn't a mom and I didn't have kids and a friend of ours breastfed in front of us, you squirm a little bit, and then until you become a mom, this is skin. It doesn't really count.
But when you breastfeed in public, do you just let it hang out?
Well, if I didn't have anything to cover me, what am I supposed to do?
But she did.
Okay, I think she has a right to feed her child.
Absolutely.
I think discretion, it goes a lot further.
Well,
I think she might have was making a point.
Can I say something? I know you got breasts and you breastfed, but I also have breasts.
You got breasts.
I got a lot of breasts, and they not going to work. If anybody needs me to work, I'll charge $10 a wet nurse. Because milk is expensive.
Liquid gold.
But here's the thing. First of all, shenanigans on that lady in front of her, worrying about breasts behind her. Lady, fly, okay? You know, mind your own business. But sometimes I do feel like there's this sort of challenge with women who are breastfeeding because they feel like they're being tied in. So they want to, like, have everything out. Like, look at me and the breast and the baby. And sometimes it's just out there, and it's like, oh, girl, I don't want to see all of that.
Time to think about that. And who are the people sexualizing breastfeeding? Those are the people you need to look at, because why do you think that that's sexy or sexualizing away?
But I think people are just a little uncomfortable with so much skin. I've seen women who have had their shirts pretty much off, and this breast is out and that breast is out. So I think we have to find.
Every day.
Well, my breast is out for a reason, and I'm gonna start charging you. I didn't know you could get my breast like that.
I will say this. I feel like for moms, it's such an unfair situation because it's like a lose-lose. If you're breastfeeding your child on a plane, someone's complaining that they're seeing your boob. But then if your child is crying on a plane, then people are complaining that your child is crying. So, like, let's give these moms a break.
And I think that was her point. And I breastfed all my kids. I was lucky enough that I was able to, but I know a lot of women who can't breastfeed that feel that they are harassed by those who can, who say, what's the matter with you? You're not breastfeeding your baby? Don't you care about your baby?
There's like bottle shaming.
Yeah, so there's this whole shaming on the other side. So
do whatever works for you.
Yeah, everybody leave everybody else alone.
Especially on the
It's all business.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Only if the pilot is breastfeeding while they're flying would I care, I guess. Okay, when it comes
That's a multitasking mom. That is a multitasking mom right there.
When it comes to crime in our country, if you had a criminal and you want to prevent that criminal from committing another crime, would you do almost anything to do that? How about paying them off? That's what Washington, D.C. may soon do. That's a unique approach of paying criminals to stay out of trouble. Now, if it's approved, the new plan would assign 200 criminals a year to these special, just listen, to behavioral therapy and other programs. And if they pass the programs and they stay out of trouble, then they will be eligible for a payout from the city. This has been done in the city already in California, and they paid out about $9,000 per ex-con, and they've seen the recidivism rate in their town plummet because of it. This would be taxpayer dollars, however. In the case of California, I think it was a grant. Well, what do you think?
This is the thing. You know, I don't believe in paying people who are criminals, but what I will say is this. I know it's hard once you get out of jail to find a job. So sometimes they go back into jail because they're doing all kinds of criminal activity because they can't afford to take care of themselves. So if there's a way to help support them and give them some money in their pockets so they don't have to go back to crime, I'm all for it.
And it's going to cost us less than putting them back in prison. In the long run, it's going to cost us less.
It's going to save the taxpayers. Why not try it out? We're talking about 200 people that they're going to try to vet out and do this for. Give it a year, see if it happens. I mean, obviously in California,
it's doing well.
The rate plummeted, so
and
this could save us money.
I don't reward my kids for not doing bad behavior. I don't give them treats for saying you're not going to go hit someone, so I'm going to give you a treat now because you're not hitting someone.
It's really important to note.
Not a hardcore criminal, number one. Number two,
repeat offender.
And number three, I will start dating these guys because now they got money in their pocket. So it's a win-win.
So what you're telling me now, so what all of you, if you're in agreement with this, it's your job to be good. That's called being a human being.
No,
it's an incentive to somebody who's led a life of crime.
But it's my money to pay for them just to
but
get stay out of crime.
your money's going to be paying for the jails, too.
Which is actually
a lot
put them to work. Don't just give them money.
Put
them to work.
See them stop crime?
100%, but I would put him in a program, do something else with
Put him in a program, a behavioral therapy
but
program.
a job or something like that. Do the program on top of doing a job. Don't just give him cash.
Don't let this blonde hair fool you. She a tough cookie, honey. She tough.
right.
Put him in work.
All right.
Put him in work.
How about sending housewives to jail for failing to do housework? How's that? In Italy, there is a woman. Oh, that you're good with.
They're like, yes.
There is a woman in Italy. This is no joke. This woman in Italy may face 2 to 6 years in jail because her husband says that she forced the family to live in conditions with poor hygiene for the past 2 years. She wouldn't clean the house. She left the food to go rotten. But where was he all this time?
Well, yeah.
Where was he? So actually, the law.
That's what I said. I said if the guys what? No, but listen, if your job is to be a housewife and your husband goes and does the work outside, then clean the house up. But I also call shenanigans on myself because I don't like to clean. I would be doing life if I was his wife.
Yeah, but that's baloney. That is such baloney. I have a job, a full-time job. I don't expect Richard to clean my plates.
Yeah.
He's home right now writing a book. I'm responsible too. It's a two-way street. Both
This is
people
a
should be
very
involved.
sexist story. The housework is 50-50. He has 2 hands, 2 feet. He eats with those hands. He messes with those hands. He can clean up his own gosh darn mess.
I agree.